Hi, I'm Louis Gilbeau. The 1948 Kentucky Derby is considered a classic in the long history of that legendary race. The winning jockey was Eddie Arcaro, who won more American Thoroughbred championships than anyone ever. The winning horse was Citation, who was the first horse to win more than $1 million. On a muddy track, May 1st, 1948, Arcaro and Citation held back for the first half of the race, but then it was like a turbocharger kicked in. The two blasted ahead to win a decisive victory. A little known but important piece of history also took place on that rainy day in May 1948. People in Louisville could take streetcars to get to the race, but on the way home, too bad, sucker, now you've got to take the bus. There was nothing normal about this, though it was happening everywhere. This story is about how Alfred Sloan, the oblivious tycoon who created modern General Motors, warped cities to suit his liking. The story starts way back in 1922 when Sloan created a special unit to get rid of electric railways that he didn't like competing with. A crucial character is Marmion Mills. This dude, who trained as an engineer at UW, the University of Washington in Seattle, destroyed tram systems in 15 cities, probably more than anyone in history. In 1935, Mills tried to do a bus conversion in Portland, Oregon, but ran into extreme hostility from the newspapers, from the city council, and from the mayor, Joseph Carson. Everyone in the Rose City thought General Motors was arrogant and secretive, and the company's bid to foist their buses on the city flopped. Because of the Portland debacle, Sloan and Mills made a crucial realization. If you want to do something sneaky, you have to introduce layers of complexity. This is how criminal organizations have always worked. That way, you don't know who's really pulling the strings. Therefore, GM recruited Roy Fitzgerald, a successful Minnesota entrepreneur, and created a big front company called National City Lines. It was a big help that Roy had 4 brothers, since there were a lot of electric railways to get rid of. Marmion Mills wanted to trash streetcars in Lexington and Louisville, but there were already 2 brothers, Leroy and Norm Smith, also hard-working small businessmen like the Fitzgeralds, operating in Lexington. Not a problem, though. Roy Fitzgerald, plus 4 other NCL employees, trucked on down to Herrington Lake, south of Lexington, to meet with Norm Smith at Smith's cottage there. At Smith's cabin, everybody was snuggled in at 5 a.m., March 13th, 1938. Likely, they'd enjoyed some boating or fishing the day before. Then, however, disaster. Fire. Not a little fire, a conflagration that could easily have killed all 6 people. Smith was lucky. The only one asleep on the first floor, he got out uninjured. Roy Fitzgerald and NCL employee Sue Youngblood, though, suffered serious burns. The other 3 hurt themselves, leaping for their lives from the flaming inferno. Everybody except Smith was treated at Good Samaritan Hospital in Lexington. Later in 1938, surprise, the streetcars in Lexington were history. The bus conversion in Louisville took longer because of the Second World War. Norm Smith enlisted in the Coast Guard. The crucial question, if not for this fire, what are the odds this little meeting would ever have come to light? And the answer is pretty obvious. The odds are 0. Sloan and Marmion Mills love secrecy, the elaborate smoke and mirrors, the skullduggery to keep everything out of sight. Next question, how many other secret meetings like this were there? And the answer, again, is obvious. There had to have been hundreds, thousands of meetings just like this. You can't get rid of electric railways across North America without a lot of meetings. After the war, Norm Smith went to work for National City Lines in Tampa, Florida. Surprise again. Where better for a sailor? In my next segment, we'll look at the graft surrounding the bus conversion in the home of Meryl Streep, John Travolta, Sinatra, and Springsteen, yes, New Jersey. If you live near an IMAX theater, I highly recommend you see The Trolley. It's an excellent film with great photography and a good storyline. Thanks for watching.
You can have your cake and you can eat it. Make life sweet, it's hard to beat it. What a thrill to be so free when you live